Hello Rumble World, Mac Daddy 1911A1 here with the Shade Tree Survivalist. Okay, so we're still having people who are having issues with inserting their magazine into the rifles. I do not have Betsy in the conventional stock, and it is a nightmare to take her out of the EBR chassis, but here's your conventional stock. Okay, the first issue I have explained already and people understand is that you have a liner, a steel liner in the wooden stock that is held in place by two specialized screws. They make the tool for this. It's called a stock liner bit. You can buy it at Brownells or Midway USA. So just punch in the search bar M1A tools and look for the stock liner screw driver bit. And it's specialized. It's got two little tiny prongs that go in these teeny tiny holes. And first indication that you may have an issue with that is the sides of your magazine tube will be scratched all to hell. Now that could be from an out-of-spec magazine. If you get a CMI or a Springfield Armory or a real deal, no crap, GI issue M14 magazine, you will not more than likely have this issue with the magazine itself. However, if you don't have a GI spec one, my suggestion is to spend the $50 damn, buy a Springfield Armory and try it out. If it works, then it is the magazines you're using that are out of spec. That's number one. Number two, it could be your stock liner, like I said, is loose. I mean, you can press in on it. If there's any movement, then it's loose. You need to have these screws. There's one on either side of the GI issue stock. The Mil-Spec fiberglass stock does not have a liner, nor does the polymer stock. So you may not have actual scratches, but you may have residue from the plastic or the fiberglass rubbing off on your magazine. In that case, you can relieve the stock a little bit with some sandpaper and a file if you so choose. Now, the other issue that you may have, and this is something I never thought about and until I kept getting the questions, is the way that, let me get old Betsy's big old self up here, and I hope the camera can see this. First and foremost, if you're trying to load a fully loaded magazine, whether it's the 5 round, 10 round, 20 round, 25, 15, whatever, if your bolt's closed, it's going to be difficult, okay, because the top cartridge is hitting the bottom of the bolt and you're having to compress it down, okay, and there's very little wiggle room left with a fully loaded magazine. Drop 2 or 3 rounds out of it and try it, and if it's much easier, then there's your issue. Just open your freaking bolt. It's not designed to be loaded with the bolt closed, but with the bolt open. And you can see here, snaps right in. No problem. However, if it is very hard to snap in, even with the bolt locked back, then your issue, if I can find the part, is this little baby. Okay, this is the GI part, or it's supposed to be a reminiscent of the GI part. This is your magazine catch / magazine release. As you all know, if you've been around the channel more than 5 minutes, you know that I replaced my standard issue one with a massive Sadlac part. Okay, if the camera can see that, versus that. You turn it to a different angle so you can see. GI spec part, little teeny tiny bastard, Sadlac, tactical extended magazine catch. Back here. So, how do you find out? How can you test that? And this is very easy to do. I never thought about it. First, release your bolt. Ensure your safety is on. The hammer is cocked. Pull down and out. On your trigger guard, your trigger group slides right out. You have 3 points of contact. 1, 2, 3, where it contacts inside the rifle. Take you a soda can, or I don't know why, but my damn camera timed out. Okay, you have these 3 points of contact. Cut you out a thin piece of a beer can file folder like the manila folders, anything very thin, because it's got to be very thin, and put your piece here, 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 and here. Insert it back in the rifle, snap it shut, try your magazine. Has it improved? Has it not? If it has improved a tiny bit, but it's still very tight, cut you another thin and stack them. Okay? Reinsert it. And here's the deal. Well, I'll tell you what. I think it would be right in there. Just drop it out a tiny bit like that. Okay, you see the gap here? And put your pieces in there. Press it on into the stock gently, and then lock it in. Of course, right now the receiver's not in there, so it will not lock, but this is giving you the idea. Okay? Try that a couple of times. You might want to start with just paper. It may only be a couple thousands. And in the end, if this is improving the part, then what you need to do for long term is to sand the top of that down a couple thousandths of an inch. And I'd recommend that you take a Sharpie, color it, do it, and the way I always do it is at an angle. At an angle versus trying to go straight across. You're going to tilt your thing. Just do it at an angle, one stroke, see where it took some of the coloration off of the marker, and then try to get it, because you want it square and flat. Alright, you don't want it tilted left or right. You want it absolutely square, 90-degree angle. Do that a couple strokes, put it back in the rifle. But see, here's the deal. Trying to do it while it is installed, there's just not much meat there without damaging the housing. You do not want to damage the housing. Okay? So the little spacers may be a good idea just to leave them the hell alone. If you glue them in place, the glue will be a couple thousandths more, and it may become loose. You don't want it loose. You want it easy to go in and out, but you don't want it freaking loose. Okay, so I got the trigger group back in. You can see the big satellite extended tactical. You put the damn word tactical, they add $25 damn to the price. It's worth every damn penny. I don't care how much you got to pay for it, that is worth a penny. They send the tools, they have some outstanding color directions, several pages, so it's easy to understand. Read them, follow them, do what you got to do. But I got the trigger group back in. Let's lock the bolt back to the rear. Your magazine should snap right in like this. Ever since I've had old Betsy, whether it's in the wooden stock, the GI stock, or now the Sage GBR chassis, it's always snapped in with relative ease. And that satellite has made it much easier. Much, much, much easier to manipulate, because you have, I mean, it covers so much of your thumb. You have, it's a tiny bit longer, easy to release, easy to pop out. But like I said, you got to do your little checks. First, ensure your bolt's open. It should snap right in easily. If it's very difficult to get it to latch, you just drop that trigger mechanism down, the entire housing down, by just adding some little tiny pieces. That'll give you a couple thousandths. And what that's doing is moving it down so that the distance that this is taking up is shortened. Okay? And then once you find that out, maybe you drive that pin out, holding on to it, hanging on to it, because that damn spring that's in here that presses it outward is very powerful. And it's hard to get everything lined back up. If you don't have a drift, a brass drift to help out, or even a steel drift to push one pin out, push the other one in, and so forth, it is very hard to do. But if you can do that, reassemble it, I mean, it'll be a whole lot better off. But the beer can, the thin aluminum that they're made out of, a drink or soda can, can make you a spacer that will tell the tale, and that's the way you can find out if that's your issue. And if it were me, I would replace the GI part with the satellite part. The satellite part is fantastic. I have two spares of these now because I've replaced both of them. I've replaced both of the bolt stops with the Smith Enterprises on both of my rifles, and that one-handed manipulation of the, once you snap that mag in and rotate your thumb up and hit that release and your bolt's in better, it is ready to fire as it sits. Because of course I have live ammunition in that mag. And that sucker went 2 feet. So the ejector's in great shape. But it's not hard, it's just it takes some time, patience, and you learn how to do these things to your rifle and learn your rifle better. Okay, a manila file folder. Okay, very thin, thick. The plastic cover, some thin plastic like this off of a freaking notebook cover. Just cut you out a couple little spots off of it. Your kid won't mind if they do, smack them around. Or a soda can, or a beer can. I don't drink beer, but maybe you do. And I got some crud in my locking mechanism. Let us not cut our finger off. Knife. Okay, see how I'm gripping it? Jug. To jug is a great southern thing. Stick it in and pull it down. This is not difficult. Not difficult at all. And it's so thin and wimpified. The aluminum is so damn thin. Okay, cut you out a piece. Paper towel, wipe off the freaking liquid that's on it. I'm going to make 3 of these real quick with a pair of scissors. And I'll bet my Leatherman tool, which is awesome. This is a Wave Plus. I had the original Wave. I lost the screwdriver bits, but that was all that happened to it, and I just retired it because you can't. They don't sell just the bits. They suck ass. I'm trying to put the wrong damn thing in the wrong damn hole. Them women don't like that. Hold on a minute. Okay. I have a rough idea. Okay, so let's see if we can do this before this dang gun battery dies. Our wonderful little scissors on our wonderful little tool. Got the length we need. Cut it out so you can cut it easy. I mean, aluminum's nothing. It's not steel. Alright, now we need to cut it out right here, or it's going to be in the way of the magazine insertion. Now all we need to do is make one more of like that, and then do the exact same thing at the rear. Let me cut that all a little more square. The knife was a very blunt tool. It's fairly square. I'll just nick it so I can cut it and make it slightly. Myself a little to work with. Drink can's already been paid for because I drank the contents. And yes, I know Coca-Cola's got their bull crap going on with their education, but here's the deal the way I see it. If you're damn dumb enough to keep working there, and I hate it for you, because you can take your crap and shove it right up your ass. As far as Mac Daddy 1911A1 is concerned, I don't play that bullshit. I was told recently that if I didn't have a vaccine passport, proof of vaccination, I couldn't go into the Shaw plant. So I'm like, okay, that just won't go. Problem solved, baby. like I said, do a second one on this one. This one, not that one. I heard my phone ding-a-ling. A pair of regular old teeny tiny scissors from my stuff. I'm freaking. And a regular pair of household scissors would do that. Okay, so you're going to take your little bitty pieces. You want to insert them where they need to go. And then try to get them back in there without it being a nightmare. I think that rear one might have slid a little bit. Snap it in. Take your magazine. Try it. That's closed bolt, and it was much easier. And it doesn't rock. Let's see how easy it is with the bolt lock back. See, on my rifle, that is too much. Nope, just didn't have it right. Still perfectly fine. Okay. But with the bolt closed, that little tiny bit of space makes it very easy to insert and take it out. Now let's pull it back out. You got to pull to the rear and down in order to get it to come out. And it's springy on purpose. Alright, there's one piece, there's two pieces, three pieces, it's clear. So I can get it to go back up without looking. Come on, baby. Don't be a pain in my hind end. It must not be lined up. Got to get that little peg. There we go. Lock it back in. Bolt is closed. Oh, and it took some force. But that's it. Just make you some little tiny pieces and try that out and see if that helps out. Beer can, drink can, whatever the case may be. I hope this is helpful for you guys and gals out there. This is Mac Daddy 1911A1 sitting on his ass at the house waiting on the FedEx man. May end up running late tonight to do my freaking job. But what can you do? Thank you very much for watching. Learn how your rifle operates. Just like that little piece right there. That little piece right there. These screws here, that liner there. You learn what they do, what they are, and it can make the world of difference. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all take care and stay tuned. Got a lot more video ideas and other helpful videos like this to maybe be able to get you guys squared away. In the works, right here. I got a list this damn long and then some of stuff I want to cover this year alone for Rumble exclusively. Thank you very much. Y'all take care and have a good day.